Round 3 of the Formula Drift Championship is back to Road Atlanta, where the sport first debuted 15 years ago. Now as we move into the Great 8, the top drivers are eyeing for the chance to get on the podium. The first 2 rounds have seen different winners. Will that trend continue, or will one of the contenders stand out from the crowd and assert dominance on the competition field? Let's find out only on Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship. Welcome back to the continuation of round 3 of 8 of the Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship. I'm Jared Dienda. Well, here at Road Atlanta, we've seen so many motorsports, Petit Le Mans, 2-wheel, 4-wheel, all some fast action. But Formula Drift is now celebrating 15 years. So many iconic names have been atop that podium. But who wins here tonight? We're about to find out under the lights. Before we see that head-to-head action, I throw it to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I'm down here once again at the track at Road Atlanta, and as you can see, the lights are on. That means the temperatures are coming down. The track conditions are going to change. Drivers are going to have to make adjustments, and big adjustments might need to be made up in the horseshoe, an iconic part of the track that was added over 15 years ago. It also contains an inside clip where we've seen drivers take passes on the inside. And if that happens, it is an automatic win for the driver that makes the pass. But before we get to that and all the action coming up, we also want to hear from the drivers to see what they think about this iconic racetrack.
By the numbers, this is a really hard track. It's really long, several transitions, it's high speed, low speed, it's everything. And in order to be consistent here, you have to have your rhythm right.
It's one of the only tracks where we, slow down, speed up, in many different places. It's a very technical track, which is why I like it. It doesn't just have one decel point. So you speed up, back down the hill, grab another gear, and you flick that last right-hander and run up.
It's very easy to get lost in the smoke here. So I would like to also have this comfortable feeling that I know where my car is after the transition. So probably a few laps in the chase position will make that happen. We'll create that feeling, but we'll see. It's still in front of us.
One of the best things about Road Atlanta is the crowd and how crazy and how involved they get into the event. So even when they come down to the paddock and meet us in there, it just seems like they're all having a good time. I really like the vibe of the people from Atlanta in this track. So for me, I absolutely love the buzz in Atlanta.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging. So let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formulad.com.
Ryan, here's a look at the Grade 8 bracket. This is what's been whittled down from qualifying 32-16. And now, first up, Ken Gushi, an FD veteran, going against sophomore season driver Peter Visek, the Candyman from Poland.
Ken Gushi looking strong this weekend after taking out Justin Pollock in the top 16, but Peter Visek, one of the most on-form drivers in the series right now.
Peter Visek initiates strong into that first clip. Ken Gushi, a straight line approach, nearing triple-digit speeds, Ryan.
Gushi through the smoke line there, headed up the hill as both drivers get into the horseshoe here. Look at Peter Visek filling that zone. Great job there.
Peter Visek very dominant out front. Look at the fans lighting up the track with their cell phones as Ken Gushi chases him down, approaching what was the first and now the final clipping point.
And the run is over with Ken Gushi. Some moments of brilliance here, but overall, Peter Visek, a very solid lead run, giving himself a good base and foundation for his chase run as they switch things up.
Ken Gushi now out front, and Peter Visek in the chase position. Ken Gushi making the switch to Falcon tires this year. That means both these guys on some Falcons. Going in that first front clip.
Both drivers pretty close here, 97.9 miles per hour as now they head uphill. Peter Visek keeping the pressure on.
Going off muscle memory, you can see him get into that smoke, gets to that outer zone. Ken Gucci about half a car length away. Peter Visick right there on the door of that 86.
Well, you can see noticeably in this run a bit more pressure from Peter. Out front though, Ken Gucci, nice solid lead run, a great overall battle. Who's it gonna be?
You can almost hear the elation under Peter Visick's helmet. Great chase job here by Peter. And Ken Gucci, like I said, not getting all the way out to that clip. Let's go to the judges. And the Candyman, Peter Visick from Poland, gets the win.
The biggest happiness was getting out of the horseshoe and still staying behind him. So I was in the great mood then. I was so happy that I have to calm down myself for the last turn just to not mess it up something on the finish line. And I managed to do it. I'm in top 4, so cannot wait for the next battle.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By Air Force. Aim high. And by the Formula Drift app. Download the FD app in the iOS or Android store now.
Welcome back to Road Atlanta. The fans are sticking around in droves. They want to see who comes out on top in the 15th year of Formula Drift. The Blush is loose. That is right. He is up next. He's going against our defending champion, James Dean. So we have Latvia versus Ireland. James Dean qualifying 4th, Kristaps Blush qualifying 5th. Ryan, they're fairly equally matched here.
Well, it's a big battle here for Kristaps Blush. If he can get through James Dean, he's putting himself in a very good position. Here we go.
Wow, the machine throws it in hard, but Blush right there. Look at using all the course. James Dean almost flirts with the kitty litter.
Pushing off course almost a little bit there is James Dean, and you can see it gave Kristaps an opportunity to attack. Now he's on the inside here trying to keep the pressure on, but stay on the course.
The Latvian lover in that what they call the Eurofighter, all carbon Kevlar, BMW, using all of the course, gets out to the edge. Ryan, let's take a different look.
Well, you can see just how quick and how grippy Kristaps Blush's vehicle is. He's pushing the pressure, then he has to back off, but he's able to keep momentum with James Dean.
Kristaps Blush out front, James Dean in that chase position. Kristaps Blush, like I said, those Achilles kicking off a lot of smoke. Is that going to be a factor being thrown in James Dean's face?
Early initiation there by Dean, trying to stay with him at 99.1 miles per hour. And look at this, Blush is off and running. You can see, again, how much grip that vehicle has.
Yeah, that just grips up using all the angle there, that Wise Fab angle kit, exiting out of the horseshoe. I think he's going to show some muscle here, and there you go.
Well, without anything blocking him in the front, Kristaps Blush shows the grip and speed in that vehicle, and that right there is giving himself an advantage, and we do not see these kind of things against James Dean very often.
So who's going against the Wordhouse Drift teammate of Peter Visick? Is James Dean going to go against his own guy? No! Kristaps Blush gets the win.
Feels really good. Really good. As I said, probably those few one more times this first wank helped me out to get in the mood, and everything was perfect. My chase run, maybe there was some bubbles, but lead run was perfect 100% run, and I was all in all the zones and where I need to be, and I pull a gap even. I cannot be even more happy.
We are officially halfway through the Grade 8, and look at this, Ryan. Two veterans of the sport, day oneers since 2004. Over 30 years of experience here between these two drivers. Dio Shihara qualifying 2nd, Chris Forsberg qualifying 7th. Forsberg coming off that recent victory. Di wants to get on the box.
Di coming down the middle, initiates, gets on the e-brake, now back on the throttle. Forsberg a little bit behind here, 97.9 miles per hour as both drivers head uphill.
Dio Shihara entering into the horseshoe. Good angle from him. Chris Forsberg in tow, give himself a little bit of distance here, and this is where separation happens. Can Forsberg keep it tight?
Well, one thing Chris did really well was staying with him up the hill. He's also doing it down the hill, right in front of the judges, managing his way through Daijiro Yoshihara's smoke line.
Great buzz where they're managing his way through, because as we saw, up the hill separation, down the hill. Forsberg keeps it tight all the way consistently through. Now they're going to alternate positions. Forsberg will be out front, Yoshihara in the chase position.
Well, we saw Chris Forsberg pick up a new gear in Orlando. The vehicle looks like it's on point. Will that continue here at Road Atlanta against Di? 98.6 miles per hour on initiation.
Dio Shihara looked like the guy to beat, but Chris Forsberg seems to have the formula here. Uses all the course, just flirts with that dirt, and now as they exit out of the horseshoe, Ryan.
Well, we can see just how much of a factor the hill is, both coming up and going down the hill, and you can see that separation here on run number 2 with Forsberg out front.
Ryan, let's take a different angle here. You see Dio Shihara, he dips his toe in. Chris Forsberg pulls away. and ends up where it all began. And you have to assume it's going to go to Forsberg. Let's make it official. It's unanimous. Chris Forsberg gets the win.
Every transition is blind, and you have to just like judge the car and how fast it is transitioning to know when to surge forward, to know that you're not going to run into the back of his car. It's very, very dangerous. It's very scary, but we all have to do the same thing, and you just got to roll the dice.
Well, here we go, our final battle of the Grade 8. Frederick Osbo, our winner from Long Beach, qualifying third, debut in a new car. Can he take down the lone RTR Mustang? Ready to rowdy, that's what he's changed to from the Say Howdy, Get Rowdy. Denofa versus Osbo.
Both drivers get a good start here. Osbo coming across the center of the course, now back around for initiation. Look at Denofa keeping it tight here through that first inside clip and giving himself a good opportunity to attack.
Good lead run there by Frederick Osbo, the Norwegian Hammer, not being dropped all too yet as Denofa mirrors everywhere that Rockstar energy drink Toyota Corolla is going.
Well, this is what we've come to expect from both drivers. Denofa, just absolute moments of brilliance, and the consistency of Frederick Osbo in that lead position. Denofa here making a little bit of a mistake on the inside, but he did a great job on initiation and keeping pace coming up the hill.
All right, let's alternate order here. You see the white nose of Chelsea Denofa doing some battle. Looks like he had some contact earlier. Osbo's gonna chase him down. Here we go.
Big initiation there by Chelsea Denofa, back on the throttle early, but look at that, he mistimes that first section right there on that inside clip, hits the clip, and now Osbo's attacking on the inside.
Osbo with a good, solid chase run here, coming out of the horseshoe. Denofa, massive angle there, exiting down. Look at Osbo right there, tucking in.
A loud, smoky battle between these two competitors, and Osbo through the finish line, really pushing the pressure.
It's amazing to me the 4-cylinder turbo nitrous powered Toyota Corolla can hang with this high horsepower, big torque Ford Mustang at Denofa. Let's go to the judges. Osbo unanimously gets the win.
Oh my God, Chelsea's a wild card. Rowdy style, been doing really great tonight, and he messed up on his own. He went way too shallow for his lead run, and that was all it took for us to move on.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nexen Tire, driving tomorrow. By Achilles Radio, tires you can trust. And by Falcon Tires.
Welcome back to Road Atlanta, playing host to round 3 of the Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship. We are beginning to see a battle already for the 2018 champion. Who's going to come out on top at this iconic track? Right now, it's Peter Visik from Poland going against Krzysztof Blusz from Latvia.
Well, both drivers putting on tremendous campaigns here this weekend, but only one can move forward. Krzysztof Blusz headed out of the chicane and down into initiation.
Let's see how the Eurofighter puts up with this Polish powerhouse. Wordhouse Drift Team S15 door to door.
Well, you can see right there, Vincek just has a knack of getting so close, but this time it actually bites him. He's not able to complete the maneuver, and Blusz is out front laying down a clean, solid run.
Well done for Krzysztof Blusz. The win has escaped him. He has not won an FD round yet. Is this going to unfold for him here at Road Atlanta?
Well, one big factor playing a role here is car setup, and Krzysztof Blusz and his team have done a tremendous job here. They've just been quicker and faster than everybody while maintaining angle, and with that mistake by Vincek, now Krzysztof Blusz has an advantage.
So Peter Visik out front, Krzysztof Blusz, he's going to do his signature chase style. Throwing some sparks there on initiation. Peter Visik tight. Oh, Krzysztof Blusz with a wide swing.
98.6 miles per hour, and here you see it going up the hill. Again, it's a problem for a lot of drivers, but we're going to be looking at both leads, both chases, and who did better overall as now they leave the horseshoe.
Exploding that front clip halfway through the horseshoe. Krzysztof Blusz gained a lot of ground there, coming back down the hill, Ryan.
Great job tucking behind Peter Vincek through that smoke line. That was a tremendous move, well executed by Krzysztof Blusz. As you can see, both drivers now waiting the results.
And there it is, Krzysztof Blusz unanimously gets the win.
Just I have an excellent toy to play with, so why not enjoy the night? And so many great drivers, so many cool battles. It's an amazing night.
Emotions potentially getting the best of Krzysztof Blusz. He's going to the finals. Who is he going to be going against? one of these former champions. Chris the Force Forsberg qualifying 7th, but Frederick Osbo will lead as he qualified 3rd, Ryan.
Osbo out of the chicane, Forsberg staying with him, pacing properly here. Nice initiation right there. Forsberg on the inside. Both drivers hit that inside clip at 98.1 miles per hour.
Osbo just looks so precise right now. That car is just dialed. You see minimal corrections from those front gold wheels as Motegi's going around. Nexon's on all corners of both vehicles, Ryan.
Well, one thing Forsberg has been able to do well is really manage going up and down the hill. He does a good job there, but he makes some mistakes on angle in the horseshoe. And for that, Frederick Osbo will take advantage of it, as you can see right here. Nice, solid lead run.
Look at Osbo. Yeah, there's that angle correction. You see him have to correct and make up for it now. Forsberg out front. Osbo will give chase, Ryan.
This is for the finals. Who's it going to be? Chris Forsberg out front. Big initiation there. Osbo staying close to that first inside clip. And again, 98.9 miles per hour.
Some of the fastest we've seen this season, and potentially the fastest we're going to see this season, as Forsberg doesn't get all the way to the outside zone in that horseshoe, and Osbo cannot be shaken.
Osbo taking advantage of the mistake there by Forsberg, not reaching all the way out to that zone. But you can see Forsberg's car is very quick. Even Osbo having a hard time keeping up on the second half of the course.
Yeah, a lot of grip underneath that NOS Energy Drink 370Z on Nexon tires. And there was that small separation between Osbo and Forsberg. Who's going to the finals? It's Frederick Osbo, split decision.
Oh my God, battle of the night so far. And Forsberg is one of those guys. I have a lot of respect for him. Really wanted to take him out after Orlando, and we just did.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By NOS Energy Drink with Complex 6 for high performance energy and enhanced mental focus. And by Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts.
Ryan, here we go. The fans are ready to send it here for the finals. It is that of Christoph Blusch going against Frederick Osbo. Osbo got the win in Long Beach. The lights are out. Even the fans are breaking theirs out. Osbo versus Blusch. Who's going to get the win? Like I said, Blusch has not had a win in Formula Drift history. He has had second a couple times.
And at least one of those times has been against Frederick Osbo in Orlando, a battle that he very easily could have won. So he wants one back here. Here we go, Frederick Osbo and Christoph Blusch.
And the Norwegian Hammer comes out swinging past that first front clip, powering up the hill, approaching the horseshoe. Can Christoph Blusch find some kryptonite and take down this superhero?
Well, Blusch doing something very hard there, maintaining proximity coming uphill. Now going downhill, Osbo gets on the throttle here. A little bit of separation created, but look at that smoke line that Blusch is having to drive through.
You got to go off muscle memory at that point. You've driven this course how many times this evening, through practice, through qualifying, all of it, and now here you are in the finals. You see Frederick Osbo, great angle there. Christoph Blusch not shaken. He is now going to be out front in that Eurofighter. Frederick Osbo chasing him down. Ryan, are we going to have a victor?
Big opportunity here. Once again, this would be our third victor in 3 events if Blusch were to win. Here he goes through that first section of the course, now blasting uphill. But look at this, Frederick Osbo keeping him in distance.
Big angle all the way out to the outside zone goes Christoph Blusch. Osbo does not get out there. They exit out of the horseshoe. One more front clip for Christoph Blusch and Osbo.
Big angle there by Blusch. Osbo coming through the smoke line. A great battle overall and a very tough decision for the judges.
Look at that. We still have a packed house. The fans want to know who's going to win here after 15 years, celebrating 15 years of FD. And they go one more time. Why not? Let's not leave it in the judges' hands. Own it, take it, rightfully yours. Who's going to get it, Osbo or Blusch?
Both drivers looking for areas of improvement here. Osbo from the center of the course, early initiation. Oh, look at Blusch right there, nearly making contact, but then not falling off.
Frederick Osbo powers up the hill once again. Blusch give himself a little bit of distance here, maybe set himself up for success to keep that proximity as they exit out of the horseshoe.
Both drivers right on the knife's edge here. Any little mistake could cost them the battle. Coming through that final turn there, Blusch right on the back bumper of Osbo.
Rightfully so. These two gladiators getting out to that gator strip, using all the course, the outside zone, tightening it up in the horseshoe, and exiting out. Blusch will now lead, Osbo giving chase. Are we going to have a victor, or are we going to go one more time?
Smoke still lingering in the air as Blusch comes down to initiate right there at that last standing cone. Look at Osbo on the inside, 98.1 miles per hour. And look at this, Blusch uphill, a little bit of separation.
These guys are sending it here in front of a packed house. Tight to that front clip are both the drivers. Osbo kind of overshoots it a little bit, Ryan.
Well, going down the hill here, you can see a little bit more separation. Osbo losing some angle there. Will that be enough to give Kristaps Blush his very first victory?
Here we go to the bird's eye view. Right here, you see Kristaps get all the way to outside zone. Osbo does not. Tight goes Kristaps Blush. Let's go to the judges. And Blush gets the win here at Road Atlanta.
And with that, Kristaps Blush stands on top of the podium with Frederick Osbo in second and Chris Forsberg in third.
After an incredible way of closing out 15 years here at Road Atlanta, it was truly a European affair in the Grade 8. But eventually, Chris Forsberg gets third place after his win in Orlando. Frederick Osbo, who won in Long Beach, gets second place here in Atlanta. And for the first time ever, the Latvian driver, Kristaps Blush, gets the win. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I am here with your winner, Kristaps Blush. A lot of people have been wanting to say that for a long time. You were the best driver today. You're fighting for the championship. Tell us how the weekend went.
Yeah, starting from Thursday practice, I felt our car is perfectly dialed for this track, and there wasn't any bad runs. And especially this morning, I got up in the bed. I was practicing in the gym, and I felt like this is the day. This is my day. I feel like I can beat anybody, and it happened. It happened. Finally, we are first, and thanks to everybody who believe in us, and it's magic, and it happened.
It happened. It was your day. Your winner here at Road Atlanta, Kristaps Blush. We're moving on to round 4, New Jersey next. For everybody at CBS Sports and Jared Deenda, I'm Ryan Sage. We'll see you next time.
Let's take a look at the Black Magic Championship Cup standings powered by Gummout. Osbo leads the charge, Chris Forsberg in second, James Dean in third. Here is a look at the Auto Manufacturer Championship. Toyota with a strong lead, Nissan in second, Ford rounding out top 3. Now in the rubber category, Tire Manufacturers Championship, it is a close race, but Nexen Tire leads the pack, Falcon Tires in second, Achilles Tires in third. Well, only 3 rounds in the books. That means we have 5 more left to go. Join us at round 4 as we go to the East Coast. Wall Township, New Jersey, playing host to round 4 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.